Welcome back to Public Affairs on Peach. I'm Brittany Miller. Now, if you text enough, it can cause physical problems. Tracy Hutchins talked to an expert about how too much texting may send you straight to the doctor's office.
We have a love affair with our phones, always connected, holding our attention. But constantly looking down at our devices is changing our anatomy and creating what's called text neck.
It's really caused by this constant head down, head forward position that we do like when we're texting. And this constant position, right, actually changes the curve in your neck.
I met with Dr. Julio Race of Life Giving Chiropractic in Austell. He says he is seeing more and more patients coming in with text neck.
The first correction we'll make will be at the bottom here of the cervical spine.
The condition is changing the shape of our neck, making it straight. Normally, it's the shape of a backward C.
Once the neck is straight, or even worse, once this curve starts to go forward, the structures in your neck at that point are simply not designed to hold the weight of your head and the stress against gravity.
Here's what that looks like. For every 15 degrees your head is tilted down, extra weight is put on your spine, as much as 60 pounds. Long-term symptoms can include headaches, back pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands, and shooting pain from the neck down to your arms.
I'm a heavy computer user, so that's probably the main reason.
Some frequent phone users didn't notice symptoms of text neck till now.
Do you ever have to stretch yourself, straighten up, do any exercises for your neck?
Yeah, I actually do that sometimes. Yeah.
Tracy Hutchins, CBS 46 News.
And joining me now is the man you saw in that story, Dr. Julio Race. Thank you so much for joining us. So I have to ask you about text neck.
Text neck, yeah.
How often do you have patients that come in with those symptoms?
Yeah, very, very often. So it's a big concern. We see anywhere between 5 and 10 new clients per week that are coming in with some sort of neck pain. And the majority of them already have a loss of cervical curve. So their curve, their neck is either flat or it's actually going forward in the opposite direction that we want to see. And a lot of them have that loss in curve because of a postural issue, because something that they're doing on a daily basis that's making that change in the neck, and that's a big issue. Not just with adults, but with kids.
Really?
Kids also, yes.
What ages are you seeing?
So we are seeing kids that are 8, 9, 10 years old, and I'm seeing anatomical changes on x-ray that I should not be seeing at that age. So this is really due to this postural issue that's starting at a very, very young age.
And can it affect them for the rest of their lives?
It definitely can. It definitely can. So we know that there is a huge connection between your spine and the nervous system and your overall health. So these three things are connected. So if these issues don't get fixed, if we don't address them, it could lead to some problems in the future. Absolutely.
So for the parents out there, should they just sort of pay extra attention to the habits of their children if they're saying, "Mommy, Daddy, my neck hurts"?
Absolutely. So it's really a habit change that we need to make. Personally, I've seen, a lot of parents attempting to distract their kids, and they're handing them a device. They're handing them a phone or a tablet with a movie or something. And the first thing that they do is they are going to be looking down at it. So they're spending a lot of time in this position, and that's a big issue.
Talk a little bit about how the first 4 vertebrae play a role in endorphin production.
Yeah. So this is really a small piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
It is important. It is a small piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
So endorphins really are natural hormones that your chemicals, I should say, that your body produces in response to pain. Okay. So the first 4 bones in the neck, right? We call it the upper cervical region. If they are not moving correctly, if we've lost proper function there, it can alter that process. And it's amazing because that process is being mediated, is happening in the brain, right? So it's a big issue. So it really leads to someone having pain with movements, motions, and activities that normally don't give you any pain at all. And we talk about this when we are addressing the pain syndromes in the body that can happen.
So for our viewers out there that, work with computers and cell phones a lot, I know I do, what can we do? I mean, how do we fix this or prevent it even?
Yeah, so everything needs to be done at eye level, okay? So it would help if you have an earpiece that you can wear or a headpiece to enable the voice to text option on your phones, so that you're doing things at eye level and you're minimizing this head down, head forward type of position. There is an awesome way to hold up your phone. So you take this hand, you cup the elbow.
I'm gonna do it with you, okay?
Yeah, and the phone would be in this hand, and that goes right there. So you're looking at the phone at eye level. You can scroll with your thumb. If your arm gets tired, you switch it over to the other side.
I'm gonna try that tonight.
Yeah, so that's a good option there.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I learned some things today. Hopefully you guys did too. Okay, so what effect has texting had on interpersonal relationships? We talk about that with an expert next.